Greetings in the love and in the light of our infinite prime creator, the divine grid programmer. Namaste, namaskaram. We are both spiritual and physical beings. Our physical body has an immortal soul that was embodied at birth. This is descended from the divine planes. Upon death, the soul will leave the body and return for a time to the spiritual world. Initiation and the practice of theurgy help us cross the threshold of death in full awareness in order to control our post-mortem life. Death is just the beginning. Without this control and training provided by an authentic initiatory order, the soul will be subject to different influences and reborn without any possibility of influencing this choice. Initiation and association with precise ritual training is fundamental, not only for the improvement of the present life, but also for what will follow after death. This matter is of too great importance for anyone to leave aside, certainly now, at this particular space-time juncture, at the ending and culmination of this Manvantara, on the precipice of the Satyuga, the Golden Age. Theurgy is a spiritual tradition, a set of practices based on the belief that specific rituals can be used to elevate the soul and ascend to the divine, which is the goal of our earthly life. Now, are theurgic rituals different from magic, say the variety of magic that Thelemites engage in, the rituals of Aleister Crowley? Yes and no. But yes, in the sense that magic is the use of powers and unknown abilities that everyone has to some degree or another. All of us have many hidden abilities, also known as extrasensory perception. These are, for example, scrying, telepathy, out-of-body experiences, astral travel, etc. Magic makes use of these inner powers and develops them. They can also be used as tools in theurgic practice. You can practice individually. You don't have to be part of any organization. Now, it is helpful, though, if you were to hit the subscribe button and leave this video a thumbs up, as it indicates to the algorithm to spread this magic. But individual practice, your praxis, daily, is fundamental and essential. So some structure is necessary for you to surround yourself with. However, various elements can only be taught, shown, or given directly by those who have received these keys. It is the same for initiation. Now, that is true to some extent. However, I believe that at this particular space-time juncture, that simply by having the intent, simply by being heart-centered, beginning to interact with your 3D world about you in a more heart-centric, heart-coherent fashion, that the universe will begin to initiate you in your own particular unique soul contract fashion. And that is my estimation. However, being part of a group of like-minded individuals to receive training can be helpful, although I don't think it's 100% necessary at this particular space-time juncture. However, a group of individuals perpetuating a spiritual tradition passed through rituals called initiations can be helpful. The members of such an order follow a theoretical and practical training regimen to enable them to progress on the spiritual path. These practices are verified and validated by the initiators having already crossed these steps. The initiatic order of the Ombanda New Earth Ashram represents a tradition dating back to pre-Christian times. Religion and initiation are two spiritual dimensions that are compatible. Religion is a manifestation of faith, manifested by an attachment to a set of beliefs. A religion usually involves the presence of an intermediary or a priest. That is what was typical of the age of Pisces, the age of dogma, the age of institutions. But here in the age of Aquarius, we are our own priest. We are our own kings, queens, priestesses, high priests, high priestesses, and your own higher self, your own quantum version of your most highest angelic self, like I said, really is all that's necessary to begin this path, and hitting the subscribe button as well. But religion is kind of third grade. It's passé. You know, perhaps it's training wheels, but after a while, you must take the reins yourself. You must realize that you are responsible for your ascension, that no one can die for your sins. That is part of the crucifixion implant. That is part of the enslavement protocols of organized religion, of Ha-Satan. An initiatic order such as the Ombanda New Earth Ashram is an individual process that requires no human intermediate. As I said, your own higher self can serve as your initiator. Everyone is invited to experience for his or herself the spiritual and invisible planes. It is therefore possible to verify oneself the reality of what is said and to use the spiritual tools that are provided. So all of this looking outside of yourself is really a dead end. You have to experience this path for yourself. You have to go beyond knowledge as a thing, as a part of your data set in your day-to-day mental reasoning, and you have to assimilate knowledge where it is gnosis, where it is knowledge of yourself that you have gained through experience. Knowledge can be something outside of you, but it must be brought into you through experience. One must find out for oneself and make sure beyond doubt who one is, what one is, and why one is. Being thus conscious of the proper course to pursue, the next thing is to understand the conditions necessary to following it out. After that, one must eliminate from oneself every element, alien or hostile to your success, and develop those parts of oneself which are specially needed to control the aforesaid conditions, meaning the path as the essential method for a person to reach true understanding of the self and to act according to one's true will. And this is a reconciliation between free will and destiny. But when you are in alignment with your true will, the universe thus is behind you and nothing can stop you. Namaste. Namaskaram.